Happy Wednesday, recording on a Thursday, very early on a hopefully Friday broadcast. Good day. This is episode 149 of the community recap. And Maddie made it back home, and I am farther away, hence the 6:08 a.m. record time here for me. But how are you doing today, Maddie?
Hello, Rick. Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. It's good to be home, still recovering after the long journey. Had some interesting, um, let's call it like issues
The
with
winter
my
storm
flight.
got to you.
Exactly. So yeah, there was the Detroit snowstorm. So I was stuck there for like 5 hours. So all that kind of delayed my arrival
Five
back in
hours
the
more,
US.
not just 5 hours, but five more hours.
No. 5 hours more plus another
Yeah.
extra 8 hours in Amsterdam. So that was
Oh,
not fun, I would say. But yeah,
no.
when you travel a lot and when you travel in winter, things happen. So, it's good that we get to travel. So I'm grateful for that actually. It was a good week in Columbus. It was fun to see everyone. It was good to, as we mentioned it last week, it was good to have Object First there. We had like people of our community, Jeff there. It was good to have Wasabi as well and to see our team and to work on our project. So all good, all good. Now recovery process. And how are
Yeah.
you? You are in
Well,
Las Vegas.
yes, I'm in Las Vegas for our kickoff event, and I traveled Tuesday, and Madalena still, the weather, the travel patterns in the US are still a mess. In fact, some of my colleagues won't arrive until today. I had no problem arriving yesterday. Well, maybe a 45-minute delay because we had to wait for the snow de-icing service, but that's fine. But it's been a pretty rough travel day. But the good news is I'm ready for it. It's a little bit early. You probably still won't get me in normal circumstances next week, but we do have some good stuff to jump into in the community. Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's do it. Oh, whoa, not yet. Not yet. Not that. Not that.
Don't
Where'd all my
hurry to
tabs
get to
go?
the end. Don't hurry.
Well, my tabs were all ready and then I messed it up, but all right, let's start first up with Shane. Shane has some really, really good advice here. Why is it pink? That's okay, I'll change it. About changing multipath volume sizes for the VHR, the Veeam hardened repository. I'm not a Linux guru, but this is really cool. What caught your eye on this one?
I mean, this is a really good one, as you said. I believe this is actually the second one of his series. I feel like he's not really counting, but he's learning using Linux at the moment. So I feel like every time he's learning something new, he's coming here and he's just sharing it with us, which I think is really great. So thank you for that share, Shane. And he in this one, he's actually discussing on how to resize a Linux volume used as a Veeam repository in Linux OS, more specifically how to increase its size. Most probably when he's going to learn about how to decrease or other um, type of things, he's going to share it as well. Keep in mind that, Shane. Um, and he's also basically explaining that increasing volume sizes with Windows is really like a straightforward process, while with Linux, there are a few extra steps in the process. So that makes it maybe a little bit more difficult. And then, of course, he's taking us through the steps and providing us with a demo as well. So if you're just going to go through the article, you're going to see all those print screens and like for each of those, the steps that he's taking in the process. So yeah, definitely a good one. I really liked it, really enjoyed it. Keep the good work, Shane, with that one.
Yeah, this is really good, Shane. And I just put a comment there to say that. And I guess I can't like recap and type at the same time because I misspelled other. But no, this is really good stuff because honestly, I don't think I've ever done this. And Shane, I think you and many of the viewers, it's like we've done this in Windows all the time, but have we ever done it in Linux? And so Tell me if that's kind of how you came to it. But great stuff. Thank you so much for sharing. And I forgot my most important part. I like. Great work, Shane. All right. Next up, Roy. Haven't called your name in a while, Roy, but welcome back to the recap. This is a great topic. All you need to know about AWS with the Veeam Data Platform Update 23H2, the big release that happened in December, kind of really scoping that into AWS stuff. And I think this is a really good way to look at everything.
Yeah, definitely great. He's discussing some of the enhanced capabilities on our platform, and then all this is obviously related, as the title says, to AWS workloads. And then he's talking about some of the capabilities, detecting and identifying cyber threats, as he says in the first paragraph, and few others. I'm not going to mention all because they are all there. And then he's talking about the BNR V12 one backup of object storage, going through the benefits of it. And he's mentioning amongst other things, AWS Glacier accelerated restores, as well as Amazon S3 protection, and a few other things in there that are equally interesting, but I just choose to mention these ones. And then he moves further to discuss the Veeam backup for AWS V7 with a really great list if you go over it. Of features and improvements, and he ends with some platform updates. And one important note is, like he says, be aware that certain new features in Veeam Backup for AWS, the V7, really requires a connection to the Veeam Backup and Replication 12.1. So this, I think, it's really important. And of course, if you are interested in a complete list of Veeam Data Platform new features and capabilities, he's also sharing with us a link so you can go over all of it, because probably he just picked and choose some that he found most relevant in his opinion. But here is the whole document where you can go over it. So yeah, really, really great article. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and when we had the Veeam Data Platform takeover episode right after GA, we mentioned this, what's new, and this would be a great time to kind of revisit that, because every time I read it, Maddie, I'm like, oh yeah, that comes, and that's why I drew the smiley face on DynamoDB, because this one is one that I've been wanting for a while. So I'll do that again. You have to rate my smile. Oh, it's a really wide smile. I don't know, but that one is a big one because that I get a lot of customers asking for that. So that's good stuff. All right, third thing in content to share. Uh, Christian Emersol, I am Soul, talking about upgrading Veeam V12.1. So this is a great follow-up of Chris's What's New. Looks like Emersol's walking us through step by step.
Yeah, definitely. So, as you mentioned last week when we were in Columbus with that special edition, we actually went over Chris Childerhouse's article that was mostly about what's new in Veeam One V12.1. And this week, I felt like let's just discuss how to upgrade Veeam One previous, obviously, versions to V12.1. So it's all demo in here with all the steps. And you know what I like the best in here? He's encountering some errors, but he shares it with us as it is. And I love that because, he's not cleaning it. He's just like, okay, this is what I encounter in the process. I'm sharing all with you guys just in case you have the same errors, you can learn from it. So really love that about it. I think this is a great way to do it. So yeah, amazing article again. You know that I like the demos.
Yes, you do. And the other thing I'll highlight is Chris is upgrading from 11. Christian is upgrading from 11, whereas Chris was upgrading, I believe, from 12.00. So these types of things will give you slightly different behavior, right? So I know for me, it's like, it's even for me, it's hard to keep up to date when the platform is moving so fast. But I think that's also important because a lot of people, set up 11, didn't go to 12 yet, but maybe 12.1. Oh yeah, I want to go to that. Here's an example of going right from 11 to 12.1. So that's also an additional scenario. So thank you, Chris, and good to see you back on the recap. All right, switching over to special department news. We have a Veeam user group from Spain doing a offsite backup with Backblaze. Now this one will be in Spanish. I just did a quick translation, but looks like this one's coming up towards the end of the month.
Yeah, this one actually is January 24th, so it's going to be Wednesday next week. And as you can see, it's going to be later than usually. That's going to be 5:30 p.m. Spain time. And we decided on that time because we want to invite the VUG LATAM as well, which would be, because we didn't really have a lot of event with VUG LATAM. So this would be great to have them invited as well. So yeah, we think of everything, Rick. You know that.
Yeah, I love that. That way, the Mexico people, the Argentina, the Chile, those other markets, LATAM, maybe even in the
Yeah,
Caribbean, they're welcome to join. This is awesome. Or heck, even people in the U.S. that speak
yeah,
Spanish. So great. Thank you, Luis. And Daniel from Backblaze. Haven't met you yet, Daniel, but we know Luis. He's one of the Veeam 100 members. Good stuff. Thank you for leading that and doing it a little bit later to, really do that transatlantic or transit Latin combination, right? Trying to get both audiences in. So that's good. That's good.
yeah. If you haven't registered yet, you should definitely register in there. And I know you Rick speak Spanish, so you should be
No,
able
no
to
hablo
understand.
español. Mi español no es muy bien para, no, para
Para
respaldos.
entender,
Yeah, for
para
backups. I don't.
entender.
I only know Spanish for backups. But all
Okay, there
right,
you go.
next up. Speaking of Jeff, we just can't seem to get enough of this guy. He seems to always find these interesting friends. And Jeff looks like Kubernetes Corner is going to host an online event the very next day with Nick from Google talking about how to do stuff with Google, right? What's some insights on Kubernetes and stuff. So this will be kind of a very different topic, I think. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what I thought. This is a bit different from the Kubernetes Corner shows that we usually have. It's going to be probably a little bit less technical, more about, like the journey of Nick in the technical industry,
Yeah.
his growth in that direction. I understand that Nick worked with Kubernetes as well. So looking forward to hear from his knowledge and what he's gonna say. So it's gonna be a combination of things, really. So really looking forward to it, definitely.
Yeah, pretty good pre-registration. And Jeff always brings a great character to it. So Jeff, thank you for also hosting this one. We'll make sure for both, we'll probably promote the recording as well, which is what we're doing here for the first Veeam 100 show of the year. And actually, it was kind of cool because we got to watch this in the conference room. We kind of took over that lunch 12-hour. Well, actually, we we kind of eventually got hungry and then went to lunch, but we started watching it all in the conference room. But Tom and Jonah May, along with Rin, rocked out the first of the year episode.
Yeah, that was an interesting discussion on how to keep your business on the cutting edge using different tools and techniques. And yeah, definitely, we always post it in here. So if you missed it, if you missed the live stream, you can watch it in here or go just to Veeam YouTube and you can find it there as well. So yeah, that was good. And it was good fun to watch it, to watch the live stream. Reen was in the other office doing the moderation, and we were in the big room watching it. I should have taken some pictures, Rick, definitely.
Yeah, I'm
I
never
have
good
not.
about the pictures. We did a picture last year when we had the TV kind of go ding 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 with the infinity. You might remember that.
Yeah, that was cool.
But
That was good.
that was an accident when we were trying to hook up the TV or whatever to the camera.
Yeah.
You know, Friends, I try to just be the mobile studio and the talent and the producer, and I do the video edits. There's a long way I have to go in doing this is all I'll say. But thank you, Tom and Jonah May, for this Veeam 100 show episode, and thank you, Rin, for moderating that. Those are always good. In fact, the one thing I'll highlight about this show, if you're new to Veeam, I think Tom did an outstanding job of walking through and talking through the big picture. I really like Tom's talk track there because it's completely based on experience, and Tom's seen a lot of things. So shout out to Tom and Jonah May. All right, let's go to who's new, fresh out of the email from Sophia. We are happy to welcome 118 new members today. Let's see, we got some interesting names in here.
Week? Is that a week, Rick? We did
Yeah.
last time, right?
That 1
Wow.
week. Yeah.
Wow,
So
this is great.
and what let me just fix something. One of them kind of spilled over so you can see it. There we go. Because otherwise it was 119. Let's see which ones stick out to me here. Well, this one's funny. 3 T's. There's a story with that. CRDP. That's really close to CDP.
And somebody choose Veeam Backup. I wonder if that's going to be Alfred's big.
I thought we already had that one.
I know.
Maybe plural. I can't remember.
Another one.
Yeah, there was one other support Wintel servers. That's funny. Yeah, there's some good ones here. A lot of them run off names, but there's always a story here with that one. I don't know what that one is, but hey. Anyways, big welcome. This is 118 for the week. Coolest usernames via Sophia. That rhymes. I do that all week. Is Veeam Backup. Ooh, so Veeam Backup didn't win the Alfred's pick. That was usually a surefire way, right?
Let's
Dashbrook, Bonatong, and Vabella. I remember this one now. Mr. Proper. That is. There we go. Yeah. You have a badge.
The other one, the Veeam Backup is not that original. This one is more original than that.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Proper.
Yeah,
Proper.
Mr. Proper. He's proper.
He is proper. Yeah.
He's a proper guy.
I love seeing those usernames come through, friends. And the funny thing, Maddie, is I got to think a lot of people make it without having seen the recap. The fact that I don't know if it's a heckle or a highlight of these of these new users. So a lot of people just roll in that way. And then maybe some people have watched the recap and they join after. But I just think it's really funny to watch it come in. So.
I feel like some people might actually know it. They watch it and then they just be like, oh, maybe I'm gonna make it to Alfred's pick. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's like I'm going for the badge. I wonder if there's anybody who's like, I didn't win. I'm gonna try again and make a new account.
That would be so funny,
Well,
but I think
I might be given bad ideas.
Yeah, we're never gonna find out that unless somebody is sharing that with us. So comment and let us know.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Hey, Maddie, by the way, friends, as you know, Maddie curates all the content and Sophia curates the Who's New. It's really good to have both of them on the recap last week, but I really couldn't do this without them. But thank you so much, Maddie.
Thank you, Rick.
All right. And next week, 150. It's kind of a special ordeal. I will be in Florida, so I will be able to. I might have to move it earlier, but I will be traveling. We'll have to figure out. I think I'll be able to give you a nice background. We will see. I don't know. This is not too nice, but I might be able to use the porch and get the ocean. That might be something good. So we'll see. All right.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, you should see what all of this is sitting on right now. I think I'm sitting on the tissue box, part of the table, and I've got cables everywhere. If you know, you know. It's how we do it. But awesome. Well, thank you so much, Maddie, Sophia, and all the new members and all the great content. We will see you all next week.